Hey y'all, it's your girl Trina, and I want to thank you for making the choice to click in to chat with Trina. Hey, today I am talking to a very special friend of mine from the Houston dance community, and that Houston dance community, if you've heard me say that before, that is a social organization to where we all kind of swing out dance, two-step dance, all of those things. But Miss Jeanette was an intricate part of me learning Houston two-step. Let's see what she has to say. Hello, everybody. This is Miss Trina with Chat with Trina, and today I am here with someone very special to me. I know her as Miss Jeanette, like many people in my Houston dance community know her, but she is Jeanette Spivey. Miss Jeanette, thank you for agreeing to join me and chat with me today. I am so excited.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored. Thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
So, do you remember? I'm gonna jump forward and we'll go back. But first, do you remember where we met, when we met, and how we met?
2005. Lee and Fancy's dance class. First day. Yeah. It was on Kirby. Oh, that place is gone now, but it was on Kirby at 59.
Yes.
And it was awesome. Met you, Tara, David, and Gloria. Those were the main people that stick out in my mind. Yeah.
I remember because I could not get that turnaround. What was it called? The turnaround part of the two-step?
It was the reverse. The reverse.
Yeah, the reverse. And I mean, you were just popping it. It was just like boom, boom. I said, okay. So I learned from Fancy and Lee, but Miss Jeanette helped me to perfect my reverse in my Houston two-step.
It was like, well, I've always loved to dance, even as a teenager. I would dance and teach. We were watching American Bandstand, and I would teach my neighbors, the neighborhood kids, how to dance and stuff. So it just comes real natural to me. But when I got it, like right away, but y'all were having difficulties with it. So I was like, okay, you got to go bam. And then turn,
Yeah. And that's what made me get it, because I think I tend to do that with a lot of things I do, dance, everything. I overthink. And so when I overthink, even, you know how when you write a paper or something, or even when I used to do the T-blast, oh my gosh, it would take me so long just to start it, because it's like I'm overthinking it. So, but when you said hit, bam, that was it. I thought, okay, that's it.
And then turn, that was it.
Turn around. So now we're going to go backwards. Are you a native Houstonian?
Born and raised, 1949. 1949. I am 71 years old in July.
And my mama is June 1949. Okay.
Yeah. And we're a rare breed,
Yeah,
a lot of people not born and raised in Houston. I moved to Sunnyside, where I am now, in my mom's house, in the house I grew up in when I was 3. So I went to Worthing, Grimes, Wood, Addicts, and then Worthing. Graduated in class of 67. Worthing Coast,
Worthing, because I don't know why. So Teddy went to Wheatley, where my mom went. You went to Worthing.
I went to Worthing.
Worthing. So you grew up in what area? And what high?
Sunnyside Garden.
Sunnyside. Okay.
I'm bordered by Cullen, MLK, also known as South Park, Reed Road, and Airport. So that's the big. I'm in the middle of that big square right there. Yeah.
Okay. Your beautiful kids. How many?
2. My daughter, who turned 49. I don't think they mind me telling their ages because they're so cute. My daughter turned 49 in March, and my son just turned 43 in October 6th. And I'm gonna be a grandmother.
I heard that.
They're pregnant. November 2nd, he'll be here. So I'm really excited about that.
Danielle's birthday is on November 1st.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And my baby, my oldest daughter, is November 4th. So she's in good company.
Scorpios, right?
Yeah. She's in good company then.
Yeah. It's a boy.
Oh, it's a boy. Well, he's in good company then.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Very excited. So that'll be part of my you were saying something about like my hobbies and stuff. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be part of my hobbies pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be one of
Yeah.
those grandmothers as long as if they allow me. They live in Katy. So
Okay.
yeah. So whenever I go visit, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna spend the night. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. I wanted to ask you about your gorgeous mom, who I
Yeah.
used to really adore. I used to love seeing that. And I don't know if you know, but I always admired you and your brother. And still to this day, I use you as an example when people speak of their having to take care of their parents. And I give
Right.
them an
Right.
example that you used to talk to me about it sometimes. And
Yeah.
I give them the advice that you used to talk about yourself. And
Right.
but I
Right.
wanted to say that you were definitely a role model, and you made me, see that. And I love seeing that you took. I don't want to use the word sacrifice because it's not really a sacrifice to a certain extent,
Right.
but you took part of your life to help your mom. You put other things to the side. Your mom
I
was your
moved
priority.
when I retired from Foleys. I moved back home with her. She was 94 at the time
Yeah.
and living on her own. And so we had really 5 good years. She passed away in March of 2011 at the age of 99.
Yes.
So with that being said, I hope to be around for a long time.
And you know what? When I was thinking about the question, when I wrote the question, I thought about that. I said she was such a loud one because you still were bringing her to the picnics that we
Yeah,
had and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So yes, I actually
yeah,
attended the service, and I remember all the
yeah.
wonderful things that were said about her. So
Thank you.
yes, I
I
definitely
remember.
wanted to
Yeah, me and
bring
my
her up.
brother. She had 5 kids, but 3 have passed. My brother,
Oh.
who is 86, and he was the second child, and I'm the
Mm-hmm.
baby. So, but we did it. We handled
Y'all
it,
did it.
and yeah, we did it.
Because I
And it
remember
was
you would say, if you went somewhere, you would say, well, my brother went ahead, he's gonna keep mom tonight.
right,
And
right. He
mhm.
would come spend it because he worked at the airport. He worked at because he lives out 290, and
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 290. But
Okay.
yeah, we did that. Yeah. So
Okay, yeah, that was awesome. So, can you name something that she taught you? Because I heard several things at the service, but something that she taught you that you kept with you forever throughout life.
you know, the woman could make a meal out of nothing. I did not get that. I cannot hate to cook. I hate the kitchen. I think travel. She loved to travel,
Okay,
and that's
okay,
what I do.
okay.
And that's really, that's really. She was organized and neat. I'm not that at all either. So
That's what I think you mentioned that she was very meticulous, if you
right,
will.
right, right.
Yeah.
And but she was just real personable, and everybody was just drawn to her, and she was everybody's mom. Me and my brother, we did not mind sharing her,
Yeah.
and so I think maybe I got that from her, my
Yes,
personality.
definitely. Mm-hmm.
But that's it. That's it. And my looks. I look in the mirror now, and I'll be like,
Yes.
"Whoa, hey, mama." Yeah, yeah. The
And
older
even
you
though people have told me all my life how much I look at like my mama,
yeah,
certain pictures or certain times I look in the mirror, I'll be like, oh, I look like that lady for real.
yeah, I know, I know. It'll
So,
happen. It'll happen.
yeah.
It's a good thing.
So I've heard a little bit of a story here or there about Foley. So I know that
Yeah,
that was your career. And
yeah.
I think you told a story about how you got the job. Was that it? It was.
Well, I started up. Yeah, I retired after 34 years at Foley's from
Wow.
1971. Raquel was 5 months old,
Okay.
and retired in 2006.
Was it
But
because of the change to Macy's? Were you still
yeah,
in?
well,
Okay.
we were still part of Macy's, but then when they got rid of the store, remember they
Mm,
imploded it. They got rid of they got rid of all the corporate people. My position, well, I started off as a clerical in the
mm-hmm.
furniture department, and I moved my way up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Ended up spending over 20 years in the sixth floor executive offices. where
Oh,
I
okay.
was the executive secretary to the chief financial officer.
Oh,
And
wow. Okay.
and I had about about 7 to 9 bosses. But and then the people who they dealt with, they said they didn't care about the bosses. They just was glad that I was still there. But
Oh,
I
that
was the
was cool.
first Black
Maybe that's
secretary.
what it is.
That's I was
Yes,
the first Black secretary in the executive offices. Yeah,
that's what.
and I loved it. I've not had any regrets with my
Mm-hmm.
working experience. I worked at Foleys. Then when I retired from Foleys, I started working for a private a lady who was in
Mm-hmm.
private equity. She
Oh.
was like an executive at Foleys, and she's the one that found Laura Mercier Cosmetics. I don't know if
Oh,
anybody's ever heard of that, but
I
it's in
haven't.
the high-end stores. But she ran
Okay.
that for about 10 years, and then she quit that right when I left Foley's. Well,
Mm-hmm.
and it just worked.
Worked out.
There were several people who applied for the job, but I got it. I think she liked me because of where I worked for the chief
Came from.
financial officer. So like
Mm-hmm.
that. And we just got along famously.
Oh,
Um,
that's good.
good
It's
career. So I had to retire. Um, and I was with her for 12 years. But I had to
oh
retire
wow.
because of
Yeah.
my procedures, which we'll probably
Right.
go into. Yeah.
I know that you did a newsletter or something like that
Yeah.
for Foleys. Was that
Yeah.
for you when you retired or?
Right when we found out we were leaving and that we were
Mm-hmm.
going to be gone, it was just something that came over me to say, we're like family. And I did not want to lose contact with my family. So I went to the senior VP of HR and
Mm-hmm.
asked him if I could send out a email to just the company to see if they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be added to a list.
Right.
And great, yeah, go for it. So that was a year because we had a whole year before
To get.
we were let go,
Oh,
right? So I did it. I compiled a list, and right now, well, I had to stop doing that because
because of the
2
eyes.
years ago because of my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But I had over 1,000 people who I was sending. So then I said, well, and the reason for me starting the directory, that's what I started off doing, a
Mm-hmm.
directory, was because we went to a training class, a right management training class to learn how to do resumes and because we hadn't had a job. We hadn't had to look for a job in over 30 something years. So
Exactly.
we didn't know how to do resumes or call anybody or anything. So
Well, that
um,
was nice of them.
right. So one of the things that one of the instructors said was, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that gave me the idea to say, for instance, people worked at Academy, and whoever worked at Academy, I put Academy, and then I put
Mm-hmm.
their names, so that when
Oh.
we would be looking for a job, instead of going through HR or whatever,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
whatever. But
Yeah.
they could go to that individual, and that person would take it straight, to
That
HR.
per
Right,
Okay.
right.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome.
that started it, and then I built the newsletter around it, and I did the newsletter from 2005 to 20 what 18. Yeah, every
Jeez,
month,
okay.
and I
Wow.
would email it out, and hundreds and hundreds of people. Yeah,
That
yeah,
is so
and they
cool.
loved it. So I was like the link
Yeah.
to everybody. Yeah, and so I'm starting to improve with the eyes.
Uh-huh.
So I'm thinking about getting reinstating
I
them.
remember seeing the picture the day that you went downtown when they were going to take the building down. What was that like? What did that feel like?
So sad. And it wasn't about the building, but it wasn't about the job. It was about the people. We were gonna miss the people. But yeah, because I had the picture with the building imploded in the back of me. And I was crying. It was very
That was
sad.
awesome. And it was a sad moment, but it was a the expression or like art, art means so much.
Yeah, yeah.
That picture spoke so
Oh,
many things,
yeah, yeah.
So I'm a Facebook junkie, y'all, but I look at certain things and they really mean so. I may not say anything at that moment, I like it, but in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, so how
I have a
significant, if
brick.
you will.
I had someone to get me a brick from the building. I have a brick.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So tell us, because we all saw different things going on with you guys. I had no idea what was going on, and I wasn't gonna ask because I just like you don't ask somebody if they're pregnant. So,
I
so
know, right?
would you mind mentioning what happened with you?
In March of 2018, I remember specifically I was driving to church, and that's on the north side, Langley and 59.
Yeah.
And my eyelids were closing. I could not. It was like I started singing loud and saying, keep your eyes open, screaming it, keep your eyes open. My eyelids were closing. So I thought it might have been an allergy or whatever. Went to an ophthalmologist and had my eyes checked. Maybe it's allergies. Had eye drops for that. That didn't help. I went through to a neurologist and started getting. And then for what I had, they suggested Botox treatments. So I thought, ooh, my eyesight will be good and I'll look good, with the Botox. But that didn't help over a period of time, because you could have the shots every 3 months.
Okay.
But then it started not working. So after a while, the neurologist referred me to a neurosurgeon.
Okay.
And he's the one that recommended having brain surgery. Now, can you imagine that? Yeah, I couldn't either. So, and that was at St. Luke's. Yeah. So, or Baylor. I'm sorry, Baylor. And so January 23rd of 2020, this is 2020, right?
Yeah.
So I had 2 holes bored into my skull. That's why I'm wearing an afro now. I got my hair all cut. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So, and they ran, call it leads from my one for the left eye and one for the right eye, and ran these 2 leads down under my skin, around my ear, down my neck to right here. Then on February 6th, I had another procedure called implantable pulse generator, which is like it's like a brain it's a brain pacemaker, like a heart pacemaker. It's a brain pacemaker. So when these 2 connect, I'll get I have to go, like I go every month to get the charged up, amped up.
Right.
And
just like a pacemaker. Okay.
And it'll open my eyes. So right now I'm able to, because at first when I was driving and stuff, and before I had the surgery, I had to hold this eye open just to see. This one was completely closed. I could not open it. It was tight. I couldn't open it. But over the course of this thing, now now I'm back driving, and I'm happy to say I'm not 100%, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, God is good.
God
God is so
is
good.
good. Yeah, yeah. I had my doubts. Um, it's like, oh, and then the pandemic happened. Okay. So I was supposed to start going back in March for the procedures, to amp it up. Had to cancel March, April. I think it was in May when they opened it back up and I went. But like I wanted to say about that, prior to that, I was kind of sad. It's like, I don't think it's working. And I was talking to Teddy Beautiful Lewis, and I was like telling her, did I get these holes in my head for nothing, And I talked it over with her, and she just said 2 words, and that totally helped. She said, I all I can think of is trust God. And that, every time I had doubts, I said that, and it made me feel better. And just kept saying it and praying.
Yeah.
And I had all the support from all of you guys, and just trust God. And now I'm here.
This time, actually, it was this time last year, and next week last year, we went to see a concert. Me, you, Brenda, Teddy, Vernon, Jerry. Where were we at? We were at it was like a little club thing.
Downtown. It was downtown.
What's the guy's name? Oh, birthday.
Yeah.
Can't remember the name of
God. Now see, I need Teddy needs to text us and tell us.
Right. But anyway, you said to me that day, I can't see you. I knew something was wrong, but I'm not the person. I'm not going to ask unless you tell me. So that night you said, come over here because I can't see you. But I was like, what is she? In my mind, like, what is she talking about? She can't see me.
Yeah.
Because you're Miss Jeanette. Like, you're Miss Jeanette. Like, I could never, it's almost like.
I just in the
There's Archie Bell. Okay, Teddy, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'll do it.
She said she had put it in the chat, but I can't see the chat when I'm on this.
Right.
What I was gonna say. So to me, everything that was happening with you, I was watching from afar. Wasn't gonna ask, but it felt like. And then the other reason I didn't ask also is because it's like your mom. When things happen with your mom, you're in denial of anything happening. I see Miss Jeanette staying this lady that I met, that's all over the place. And so I didn't even want to ask because I didn't want to know. I didn't want to think something was. Does that make sense to you at all?
Oh, yeah, I know.
So
I could not see. I could not see.
Yeah. It was so crazy. And I remember that night, and that was actually when it first really hit me that something was wrong.
Yeah. But you know what?
I'm glad it's better.
My attitude always remained positive. I really did. And my attitude remained positive. I don't know. But, I'd come home and think, and I get sad about that. And then, but it's like trust God prayers and all that kind of stuff. And I was just fortunate, first of all, I'm thinking, okay, you're 70 now. So something's got to happen, right? We get old and things happen. So I really thought that out of everything that could have happened to me, this was nothing. It really wasn't, because I could still see, I could drive. I mean, by holding my eye open, but so I was positive about that. These glasses, because I didn't want nobody,
And I'm wearing my glasses because I can't see.
I can't see. Okay, I can see.
Have they ever said what happened or why? Do they know why?
No, just
okay.
Just
something that happens.
Just got old. So what this is like a form of Parkinson's disease, but not that severe. It's like dystonia. And if someone want to look it up, dystonia, dystonia.
Okay.
And it's just, dystonia affects different things, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But
like Michael J. Fox.
Just the muscle of the eye. Mine is the muscle, eye muscle. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm good.
Well, good. We're glad because we need you.
Yeah.
One more question about that. When you had your birthday party, the last birthday party we came to, we were at
Yeah,
the studio.
yeah.
Was anything wrong with your eyes at that time?
I was dancing with my eyes closed.
Really?
And whenever I was got up there to dance with a guy, I
Mm-hmm.
told him, I said, my eyes are closed. You're gonna have to leave me. And that's what happened. But when I
Wow.
was doing the line dances and
Mm-hmm.
everything, my
Mm-hmm.
eyes were closed. That's why I was
Close.
wearing shades all the time.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
my eyes were closed.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
But
one thing that is amazing about dance, well, dance helps so many things, right? Um, I remember when I had So You Want to Dance the first time,
yeah,
there was
yeah,
a group from the micro, what is that Squeaky has? Microalgia, whatever that is. But an organization that it was a hospital that fibromyalgia, that's it. A
yeah,
hospital that specializes with them and mesothemy, whatever, so many names. But they contacted me. They were actually sponsors for that website I had, because dancing and music help those people to stay
yeah,
positive and happy.
yeah,
And I say
yeah.
that too because when people, Fancy, our beautiful friend Fancy, the one thing that she does when she comes out, she may not remember nobody. What
Right.
does she remember? Every
Them
line
dance
dance,
steps.
every
Them
dance. She
dance
don't
steps.
miss a
Yeah.
beat on that
Yes.
dance floor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So dancing is bigger than what people think, and it brings so much happiness. But okay, well, we are happy that you're getting better. How are you enjoying retirement?
Ooh, love it. In fact, I just had a call from my ex-boss's accountant,
Uh-huh.
and she was like, please come back. We miss you. We miss you. Because the person who took my place, I mean, he's, I'm not going to go into that, but
Yeah.
we got along so well. It was like,
Uh-huh.
we were like a village. It was me
Mm-hmm.
and my Janet, my boss, and
Mm-hmm.
her house manager,
Mm-hmm.
and I was her a secretary, and we just was a family. I mean, we
Yeah.
got it done. 12 years, no problems. Yeah, and so now
Oh, wow.
it's like things
It's
that are coming
different.
up, and they're like, it's not the same. I was telling Janet, I said, but he's good. She says, yeah, but he's not Jeanette. And
Oh,
I just,
that's sweet.
yeah, yeah. So we're still buddies. I went by, I had my ex-husband
Mm-hmm.
take me by her house last month, and I called her because she lives in River Oaks, and I called her and I said, come to your front door.
Oh, you
And
surprised her.
oh my God, she opened that door, and her house manager, Lita, came. She
Uh-huh.
said, Lita, and they came to the door, and I was in the car, and we were like throwing kisses, and I
Aw.
love you, and I miss you,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
all of that. So, yeah, yeah, and
Oh, that's sweet. It's
I,
always good to leave a lasting impression on
yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a
Um,
good jobs. Yeah.
Now, as we stated earlier, you and I met at Fancy and Lee's class. But how did you find dance? What put you into this spotlight of
Uh,
dancing?
my my beautician at the time, Pam King Washington. I don't think everybody remember her. Her and her sister Renee Davis told me about it. I had
Uh-huh.
been divorced, and I was divorced in 2002 after
Oh,
25 years,
okay.
and I was, so that was 3 years later. She told me about it, and that's when they were on Stella Link. Remember
Mm.
when
I didn't go
Fancy
until
them?
they started on Kirby.
Okay,
I
well,
think Rock told me about the Stella Link. Rock
yeah,
must have,
yeah,
that's where you met
that's where
Rock,
I was.
probably.
I kept going, and still to this day, I kept going, but they stopped going.
That is where you met Rock, am I correct?
Yeah, yeah, and I was determined that I was gonna go over there and dance with Rock, because he was in the advanced stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but Fancy had this knack for giving people nicknames, and I don't know if she ever gave you a nickname.
Mm-hmm.
My nickname was Starting Over, and I literally was starting over.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it just stuck. But that was me starting over.
Always love, love, love to watch you dance. especially when you line dance. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you that even just being on the floor at the same time as you and just dancing, you bring this, you ooze fun. You know, you are the epitome of living life to your fullest, living every day
Yeah.
like it's your
Thank
last.
you.
What
Thank you.
does, and that does, and you do that, you exude that to all of us. We all feel
Yeah.
it. So when Miss Jeanette is in the house, it's gonna be some fun. Ain't gonna be no drama. Ain't gonna be no negativity. You can't help it because you
Yeah.
bring.
Yeah.
That's what you bring to the table. Okay.
Thank
Um,
you.
what does it do for you? What has
Oh,
dance done for you?
I dance like nobody's watching. I get into a zone, and 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 I learn the dance is quick. And once I
Yes,
learn it, oh yeah, once I
it's
learn a
over.
line dance, don't look at me because I'm gonna do something else. And
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
You and Cheryl Williams both.
yeah. And
Yeah.
but love, I don't know. I don't know. Dancing just does that for me. Jumping to now going to the YMCA because that's one of my hobbies now is
Uh-huh.
walking on a treadmill.
Yeah.
I do an hour.
Ooh.
And my girl Teddy made a
Uh,
playlist for me. And
yes.
from 10 to 11, my music, I got my earphones on, my headphones, and oh, it's like I'm dancing. That and hearing
And
the music.
now KIHY has made that a time for
Yeah,
you from 10 to 11, Monday through Friday. Am I correct?
Monday through Friday. Yes.
10 to
Yeah.
11.
And
So,
10 to 11. And there's a not a meme. What do you call it? A GIF or whatever you call those things. The GIF
yeah, yeah, yeah.
of this guy on the treadmill, and he's like, running and turning and stuff like that. If I wasn't
That's
so
you.
old, I'd be doing that. That's how I feel. Oh my! Oh, when Super Bad comes on, I'm like, I'm in my head. I'm doing that
Doing
dance.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
doing that dance, but I'm
hmm
walking. Yeah. So yeah,
You know, I was saying, I don't know who was talking about it the other day. Somewhere this was brought up. It might have been me and Teddy. I don't know. But we brought that up. No, it wasn't me and Teddy. I don't know who it was. But anyway, we were saying they need to start back playing Super Bad again. Super Bad um and Just Fine, Mary J. Blige, and do the
yeah,
old one, do the original dance. So
right,
we
right.
so but what's funny is when they honored rock this past spring, I went
Uh-huh.
and they said they called everybody to the floor to do Just Fine or Super Bad. Do you know I could not do it? Do you know how long I've been doing that dance? I
Yeah,
could
yeah,
not do it. I don't know if I was in shock that I got called up to do it. I don't know what it was, but you know I done that dance with my eyes closed. Could not do
yeah,
that dance for nothing.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
had to ease off the floor. What dances do you do? I know you do two step,
Two step swing.
line dance, of
Um,
course.
I the Chicago stepping. I delve into that. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Ballroom, chorus line. Um, you give it
What's
to
your
me.
favorite? If you had to choose, what would you choose?
Wow. Just moving. I don't know.
Just moving. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Just long as
yeah,
you can dance and feel
yeah,
the energy.
yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
So you
yeah.
kind of like them all the same, just dancing. Okay. Now I know you've showcased, but have you ever competed?
Once at
Hmm.
ISDC with
Oh,
Benno. And
oh.
I don't know, yeah. Um
I didn't
can't
do that.
remember what year or whatever, but I did,
Uh,
and that was it. Now, I don't like okay. Like I didn't like competing
mm-hmm.
because although I did,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so stringent. You got to do.
Mm-hmm.
No, I want to be thrown somewhere. I mean, I want to do like Dancing with the Stars. I want you to
Yeah.
throw me somewhere and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I
Yeah.
don't like
The
you
restriction
got
and having to be, yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. Love the
Me and
showcase.
Mr.
I,
Yeah.
getting out, I can get out on the floor by myself. I don't care.
Yes,
I
you
love it.
can.
I can get
Yes.
this karaoke by myself. I can get it started. I don't
Yes.
care. but I can't speak in public. I'm scared to death. I feel like
And we're
I'm gonna have
probably
a
just the
heart attack.
opposite. I can speak in public, 300, 400 people, but when I do a showcase, I'm so freaking me and Rob talked about this on his interview that we always forget a step.
Yeah,
Always. I'm nervous, and I believe he's nervous, but we forget a step. Or like when I was trying to be a part of the dance troupe, I danced pretty good, but I was
yeah,
not successful being a part of that dance group. One,
yeah,
I'm not good at remembering choreography, I don't think. I think that's
yeah,
a big deal for me. And then it was
yeah,
just nerve-wracking knowing that you're part of this group and anything that you do can affect the rest of the group. I
yeah,
had an
yeah,
issue, yeah.
yeah.
So I wasn't successful. I was in Tasha and Jamon. I was in their group, the original
Uh-huh.
group. And
Uh-huh.
I was not successful with that, but I was successful because I did something that that was out of my comfort zone. So
Right.
I feel that I was successful with that. I have never been to ISDC, but all I hear are positive comments and that how much fun it is. I was definitely
Yeah.
planning to go this year until, of course,
Which
COVID
is
has stopped
well,
everything.
New
But
Year's.
what,
It's been
yeah,
moved
I
to
heard
New
it's coming in New
Year's. Okay.
Year's.
Yeah.
What was your experience? What has been your experience?
I've loved it. I've loved it, and I kind of stopped going to the whole weekend thing because I figured because I was really just kind of wasting
Watching.
money
Mm-hmm.
because the workshops already knew the steps.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I really like at the Galleria, all I did was wanted to do was shop or go to the
And you were
restaurant
spending
or
money.
whatever. Yeah, 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 yeah. And that was it. But I loved them. Loved them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved them.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just
Okay.
the rapport of everybody. And yeah,
I heard
yeah.
it's very positive. People get along, and it's like a weekend of just
Trina, you
fun
have
and
not
partying.
been to an ISDC?
I have not. I actually was all set to go
Wow.
this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I had left out of the dance community for a while, and by the time I came back, I still
Oh,
wasn't quite sure.
okay.
But then that last year, I think when I started doing this talk show, and I said, you know what, I'm back in. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
go to this thing because I've heard just
I
so
think
many
I started
wonderful things about
going
it.
to I think one of the first,
Really?
one of
Yeah.
the first ones that they did when
Yeah.
it was in Dallas. They had one in Dallas, and I went.
Yes, I remember that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but
And that's yeah.
yeah,
So I've heard great things. But I'm definitely gonna go.
yeah.
I've been waiting around to hear an update or anything about what's happening for January, but I guess they're just kind of waiting to see how things are
I
going to
know.
go. This is something. So, what advice, if you were sitting at a table and you see what about you'll be at a dance like you were when you met me? You meet this new female woman, lady, who just joined and started this dance, and they ask you, hey, what advice would you give me? How do I be successful with this thing?
Yeah.
How do I get into this? What would you say?
Have fun.
I think I know. I
Have
knew
fun.
it. I knew
Have
it.
fun.
I knew that's what you were gonna say. I almost wrote ABC. I said, know what? She gonna say, have fun.
Have fun. That's it.
That's
That's it.
it.
And
That's
and
it.
and I don't, like I said, I dance like nobody's watching.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I love it. I have like maybe 5 guys that I like to dance with that
Mm-hmm.
that I trust. I won't name them, but they know who they are.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She taught me so much. She taught me
Yeah.
so much. Little things that I'd say sometimes I think, and nothing against anybody, but some of the old school dancers taught you some rules and some etiquette and
Yeah.
some, I'll say boss moves. Fancy taught me some boss moves. Like, don't let nobody put you in a move that you're not comfortable with.
Okay.
If they spinning you and
right.
they spinning you too many times, you know how to lock that hand.
Yeah.
Hell, I lock it when they try to put me in a diva walk. I know how to. She didn't teach me that, but I know how to lock it. I don't like the diva walk. Stop. No.
Really?
I hate the diva walk. Hate the diva walk.
Wow.
And a beginner always puts me in a diva, which I love dancing with beginners better than any. Those are my favorite lead people to dance with, beginners, because they're so hungry and they're so excited.
Yeah.
They're not worried about anything. They just want to dance. Let's say you're dancing with a guy who's a beginner.
Okay.
And his count is a little off, what would you do? Would you say anything?
I have, and I'm gonna tell you one person who I did with was Jay.
Mm-hmm.
When Jay first went to Lee and Fancy's class,
Oh, I remember when he was there. That was around when I was there.
he stood against the post and watched
He did.
and watched. And when I asked him if he wanted to dance, he was nervous with me. He's not, because I don't know how. You know, I mean, you know, not I don't know how,
I
but
know what you mean.
know, thinking that I'm so good, but I'm not.
Right.
You know, but I started dancing, and I kind of like, you know, when it was time for me to turn or whatever, I would move myself in that position, you know, and show him that that's how this felt.
Right, right,
Now,
right.
I wasn't leading, but I would. They still, I still followed them, but I would kind of do my own thing, you know, like
Gotcha.
a turn or something like that.
Right.
But
Right.
and
That way, not to kind of maybe the ego a little bit, you know.
No, I've never done that. Never done that. And I think that's something that Fancy taught us, you know, like don't complain, I guess, or whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah, but no, no.
That's what I did miss. I loved about her teaching. She fussed at you, but she was fussing good stuff. So, you know, saying little things or don't do that or don't do that. And sometimes, depending on the dance I always remember, you know, Lee was there and he danced with you, he taught you, but she was the teacher. She was a pat you on the hand.
Started off, my thing was bouncing. She just said, stop bouncing.
Yeah.
And that was it, because I grew up bouncing, you know, doing the dancing.
Well, you know, I used to like Zydeco, so Brenda and Felicia had to tell me all the time about bouncing, because I would bounce because the Zydeco is a, Right. So COVID-19, can't go without saying it. We talked about it a few minutes ago. How are you dealing with our new normal, the mask, the social distancing?
I'm dealing. Again, a positive attitude. My son-in-law back in March came and cleaned out my garage. My garage had been, I didn't want to tell you how bad it was, but for 14 years when I moved back home with Mama, my stuff was piled in the garage from my apartment. Wow. But he came in and I threw away a lot of stuff. So I was able to go into the garage.
You had your treadmill out there.
Yeah. No, not a treadmill, a stationary bike.
Oh, okay. You had something.
Right. But then I was doing that. But now I like to travel, but that's been stopped. Was gonna go on a cruise in August.
Right, y'all regular cruise.
So we moved it to February.
Okay.
Of 2021. But I'm crocheting. In fact, I'm making a blanket, an Afghan for my grandson.
Your grandson. Okay.
Yeah, crossword puzzles, and I like listening to audiobooks. And I started listening in August. And since August, a year ago, August. No, August was a year. I've gone through 76 books. Just and one of the Karen Williams, the author. So I'm going to purchase a book, because it's not audio.
Yeah, because I asked her about that.
Her book will be the first book I'm going to buy that I'm gonna read.
Oh, that's good.
Glass and read, but I'm gonna get 2 of them. And I'm gonna give one to my daughter, so she and I can read them together.
Okay.
We like doing that. But and my other thing is walking. I love to walk. My body, everything is fine. I don't hurt or anything. My leg, my joints, everything is good. This the only thing I have the problem. So that's why I'm doing the treadmill, is because I'm stationary. I can walk with my eyes closed if I have to.
Gotcha.
And so I'm not comfortable yet going out on a trail, although I might be now. This is something that's,
you're working there. Yeah.
It's a
baby steps.
It's a process. My next appointment is next Monday, the 19th, to go get my device amped up some more. But I'm going to ask if this is something that I'm going to have done every month, or will it get to a point where I won't need it anymore? So I don't know. I don't know. But I am
But you're
so
opening your
grateful.
eyes. I see them.
I am so grateful. When I get tired, and you can tell I'm starting to blink a lot. So, yeah. But
so
when I get tired,
looking at the computer, does that do anything?
no.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and I can look at the computer, and sometimes I'll have to hold my eye or do a magnifying glass. But yeah, it's a struggle.
It's a process.
It's a
but
process.
You're seeing progress, and that's the great, wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So let's have some fun real quick.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask a question, and you say what your answer is, and then I'll say what my answer is.
Okay. Okay.
So, what is your favorite color?
Orange.
That's my favorite color.
Yes. Yeah, my birthday party, that was my color.
Orange. Yes.
Orange.
So, do you like theme parties?
Love theme parties.
What was what has been your favorite theme party you've gone to? Because you do like themes. You had the Hawaiian party, Me, You Rock, Monica, Tara.
The Roaring Twenties, the Mardi Gras, you know, and theme is like colors and stuff like that. So I do that.
My favorite are the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Masquerade, you know, like that.
What is your favorite dance memory? There's probably been a lot.
It's a lot.
You gotta just pick one.
My 60th birthday party, Rock. I showcased with Rock, and it was at this place called Memories. You remember Memories?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and it was Hawaiian.
That's the one. Okay, that's that one.
Yeah, and that stood out. Another birthday party at the Rooster, and Walter, I showcased with him. And he lifted me. He So yeah.
I know you was happy then.
I know, right?
I know you was happy with that one.
Yeah.
Oh, we both have on blue too, without us even saying anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so my favorite dance memory, I have two. Okay. My first favorite dance memory was when I gave the I don't know if that was the first gala I gave on my own, with my first committee. I gave that one. Actually, you were one of my sponsors. And they gave me roses, a gift card for my very first massage, and I haven't stopped doing that since. But it was just, and then looking over the crowd to see all these people that I had brought together in this place, it's just a feeling. It was a high.
And the second thing, what was the place we used to go to off of Ella? I pass it every time I go to Raquel's, off of the Beltway, and you
Club Divas.
Yes, and I passed.
That's why I used to get my all white parties.
I love that. That was a good one. Those
all white parties were off the chain. Miss those. So my favorite is that one, and the second favorite is when me and Rock first did my little flip.
I remember. I videotaped it. I loved it.
That was the very first time.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like that structure stuff. Throw me. You know. Yeah.
And so when I'm describing people, when I tell people that I dance, they'll say, "Well, what is it?" I said, "Well, I like it when I'm sliding through people's legs, going over their back, like doing that kind of stuff." So, which brings me to another fancy moment. Is she taught that too? That you can't do that with everybody. That's something that you can't let everyone, because people see you do these things with somebody, and they'll try to do it with you, and you can't be afraid to tell them no.
No, I know, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you the favorite memory of your mom, and I'm gonna give you the favorite memory of my grandmother.
Ooh.
Probably so many again.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna cry because I miss her so much.
Oh,
Um, the
just
last
mention
five
like people
years we spent together. Um, I mean, oh gosh,
just spending that time with her, probably.
me and Mama used to travel all the time. I mean, we got on
Yeah.
the bus.
You know,
In the
Miss Jeanette, and
six.
that your answer is like mine, because I don't have a moment, but it was the moments that me and my grandmother would just have conversation.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
when
okay.
she went through the dementia, which is why when she passed,
Yeah.
of course you're sad, but
Right.
I also wanted her to get out of that bed because that's not who she was. She was very loved to get around. You couldn't, she was a
Right.
whippersnapper.
Right. Right.
And to see her in that bed just bothered me. But I miss, so when I would go there on a Sunday to watch or whatever, her just not being able to have that conversation with me, like I wanted to talk to you. So because
Yeah.
we used
Yeah.
to just talk, so that's the greatest memory I have of my grandmother talking to me and telling me, giving me, I mean, I don't even think my mama or anybody knows that we used to have these special conversations that I probably never talked to other people about
Yeah.
ever.
Well,
So
memory I have with it was her 85th birthday,
mhm,
and I was able to tell her it's weird, but Mom, even though I was the baby,
uh,
she was like real strict with me.
uh-huh,
I couldn't go with my friends would go in that could go downtown, ride the bus to go downtown.
uh,
And we always wait to ask my mama for the last person to ask, and I said, well, her mama letting her go, and stuff. And she
mhm,
said, I don't care. Um, and when I first started working at Foleys and I saw where the security was dragging these kids, not dragging, but security was taking these kids downstairs all the time because they were stealing. And they
stealing.
might not be stealing, but they were, were with the person who was stealing. They went, yeah. So at her 85th birthday party, I was able to tell her that I hated her. I mean,
Hmm. I
because
just,
she wouldn't let me do anything,
yeah.
but then I was at a point where I told her, but I understand. And I loved her for that
Saying no. Yeah.
because I wouldn't be where I am today. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Just so we
Well, that makes me
travel.
feel, that makes me feel a little bit better that my kids, there's certain things that I didn't like. My oldest always was trying to get to Padre Island every year in high
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
every spring break,
Yeah.
wasn't having it. And I remember her telling me one day, well, when, and she was really sassy with it, like, when and how long am I gonna be banned from spring break at, I said, as long as I'm responsible for your life.
Nah.
How
Nah.
about that?
Well,
So
and
she
that's the
finally made
thing.
it though.
That's the thing. They will love you. And I think that we love you more when you're more
Yeah,
strict with us versus letting you just go off and do anything.
all over the
Yeah,
place.
yeah, yeah. And
You know,
with my kids,
uh-huh.
I'm like the fun parent. My
Yeah.
ex was the disciplinarian
Oh
because
yeah.
I grew up as, like I said, as a baby, and I didn't
Uh-huh.
have sibling rivalry. I didn't have
Yeah.
that, so I didn't know how to fuss or argue or anything. So I hated that. But my kids, we have the best time, and we can go places. And in fact, they both say after I got into the dance community, they were like, Mom,
They missed you.
you go out more than me and him, Damon and Raquel put together. I go out more than they do, but they love it. They love it.
Yeah, I that's fun that they say that because my kids also, when I would be upset because people say things sometimes, you know me by now, I put everything on, carry everything on my shoulder, and everything hurts my feelings. So my oldest daughter, who's very outspoken, and
Uh-huh.
she told me one day, she says, I was telling her, how I felt about it, and she was like, Mama, you know what though, you have raise your kids, you have a job, you're not
Yeah.
asking anybody to pay your way in anywhere.
Yeah.
So do what you want to do. I've never seen you do anything that was disrespectful of you.
Yeah.
We're
Right.
proud of
Right.
you. We want you to do
Right.
this. We want you to do that. We want you to
Right.
have fun. So whoever's saying that, let them say it, because you ain't asking them to pay.
Thank you. Yeah. I I might have enemies, but I don't care. You know,
It just used to bother me that people thought that's all I did was go out, and I was like, she would say, "But so what? You've raised your children.
Yeah,
You're grown.
exactly. Yeah,
So
you
what?"
know, and so when people say that they wanna, when I grow up, I want to be like you know, and stuff like that,
Yes.
they can't wait. I said, I went through this. I raised a family and everything, but now it's just me. I'm divorced. Been divorced since '02. Oh, I love it. I'm sorry, but I love it. Yeah.
You know what's hard, has been hard for me, believe it or not, even though my kids are, Jasmine will be 29 on the 4th of November. Kayla turned 25 the other day. But I didn't realize that I had not gone through empty nest yet because I hadn't let go.
Yeah.
But now they're forcing it on me. So now I'm realizing, so I'm trying to learn. Letisa B asked me one time, we had a conversation, and she said, "Who are you?" And I'm, without being a mother, and this was just a year ago, maybe, I had no idea who is Trina without being mother, because that was the title that I want. When people, I come to a dance event, they always say, "Oh, you late. Boo, I'm taking care of my children first. I got to go to PTA meetings and stuff first. I got things to do." But then when they finish that, it's like, and I'm still trying to plug myself into their little life. But you gotta let go. And now look, right? They're making me look. My child gonna be 30 almost. I got to let go. What's your favorite non-alcoholic beverage? Mine is Mountain Dew, and it shouldn't be. And I'm gonna cut it out. But right now, it's Mountain Dew.
I am addicted to Welch's Passion. What is the Welch's? Not the grape juice, but Welch's punch. It's a passion.
Yeah. I know you're talking
passion
about
fruit or something like that.
Yeah.
I know I'm addicted to that. Yeah.
So I'm trying to give up my addiction to Mountain Dew. Do you have a favorite alcoholic beverage, or did you have a favorite alcoholic beverage?
I never know what to get.
Or
I just always tell them when I go to the bar, I said I want it tall and strong. So Long Island iced tea, some drinks that I've been hearing about, can't remember. I used to have Singapore Sling. I remember that. I just like a lot, and I want it strong. Oh, margaritas, maybe margaritas.
Yeah,
that's mine. Yeah, margaritas.
Everybody knows I like a Moscato, but I also like tequila sunrise.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I like something that's sweet.
Fruity. I like fruity.
Like something fruity. So sometimes I will. Oh, and then for my 50th birthday party, one of my former bartenders made a drink called the Little Diva, and it was she made it really sweet, and it was so good. I don't know what was in it, but it was so good.
Was it so strong?
No. It was a baby drink. It probably tasted like a Shirley Temple, but it had alcohol in it. Matter of fact, it had Moscato in it. It had Moscato in it. So your favorite breakfast meal? Let me tell you what mine is, so you can have an example.
Okay.
I like grits mixed with my eggs, bacon or blue ribbon sausage, and Hungry Jack biscuits. That's it. And jelly.
Bam. Me too.
Okay.
Eggs, grits, bacon. And I like that. I like grape jelly. Yeah.
And yes, grape jelly.
Yeah.
Salt or sugar on your grits?
Salt.
Sugar.
That don't make sense.
Do you know I put sugar on my gravy and rice?
That really don't make sense. Oh my God. No.
I like everything sweet. So my favorite dinner that I have to have, okay, my favorite dinner would be to go out to eat is like steak, potato, salad.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
every month, really every week, I just ain't gonna tell nobody, but every month I have to have me some spaghetti. I love spaghetti.
Spaghetti and meatballs. That's my
Yes,
favorite. When I went
yes.
to Italy, that I spaghetti and meatballs.
Was it good there? Was it
Yeah.
different?
Yeah, it was different.
It's a little different.
Because they prepared it different. But
Right.
spaghetti and meatballs. But
Yes.
I like beef tips and rice and gravy, steak and
And then
gravy,
some sugar on
rice.
top of it.
No, Trina, don't go there. I hate it. Oh my God, sugar don't. It's like a cereal with sugar. Okay, whatever. Keep
So Luby's or Piccadilly?
Piccadilly's, and there's no more.
There's no more.
Piccadilly.
The one in Northline Mall, my grandmother used to love that one.
Is there still a Piccadilly?
No, I
No.
don't think so. But that's the one we used to go to when I was a little girl.
Did they ever fix carrot souffle? Did you ever have carrot souffle at? Oh, baby, that was so good. But yeah,
Really?
Piccadilly's. I like the Piccadilly's off of Belfort.
Was that the real big one? There used to be a real nice one.
It was big. Belfort and near Fondren.
Oh, okay.
It was a Piccadilly's there. That was my favorite.
Yeah. Well, since I was a little girl, I've eaten this, and then up to me being 51, I eat the same thing at Piccadilly and when it was first Piccadilly and Luby's. The fish with the rectangle fish, whole kernel corn.
Yeah.
And whole kernel corn. Oh, and mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Same meal.
Yeah.
Anytime I go to, matter of fact, I'm like, did the fish get smaller or did I get bigger?
The fish got smaller, and probably cost more. I was thinking about ordering Thanksgiving meal from
Luby's. I don't like to. My mama likes. As a matter of fact, she had dinner Sunday that I didn't go to, but she made me some deviled eggs. I like deviled eggs. She made me some deviled eggs. I went and picked them up yesterday. So favorite TV show?
I'm a TV junkie.
Okay, so it's gonna be hard.
Yeah. Right now, in fact, I'm missing it now.
Was it
Married at First Sight?
Really? Is that good?
What? I mean, it's something that Raquel got into. So I'm like, so with me and Tiffany, Kim, Ramona, we're like have our little group where we talk.
Yeah.
So, but that's one.
You still watch Dancing with the Stars?
Huh? I watched.
You still watch Dancing with the Stars? Okay.
All of that.
I watched it this time because there were some people like Nelly that I wanted to see with his sexy self. So for me, I am a reality TV junkie. I like reality TV, and then I like anything that's a biography, autobiography, anything like that. So unsung, anything like that. And even sometimes I can be a nerd, so the History Channel.
Like the
History Channel sometimes has some, and then CNN has some special, like the RGB was on there, and I watched the John Lewis biography.
Okay, right.
So I like that kind of stuff.
Right.
Winter or summer? Last question.
Summer. I was born to fly, and I love cruising. I love,
I miss cruising so bad.
I do.
I saw a meme the other day that says, I would give anything to do a muster drill right now. We normally hate those things, but I would give anything.
Me and Raquel's first cruise, the muster drill. We were right there on time and everything. And we were in the back. And in the back, everybody was hot and everything.
Oh yes, and is that back when y'all used to have to wear the thing?
So going forward, we did not rush. We kind of waited a little bit, and we usually ended up on the front or close to the front. But now, we we go into the restaurants. They set us in the we had I haven't done a
That's right. That's right. That's much better. My
yeah
last cruise was this time. Matter of fact, this time last year we were on the cruise. We should be
yeah
on a cruise right now, to be honest with you. The one we
yes
had to cancel. Yeah,
yeah
but
yeah
my Zydeco cruise would have been going this was it
ah
12 Monday. So
wow
Miss Jeanette, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope
I
you had
did
much.
thank
This was
you
fun. I did learn some things, even though I know a lot about you. I still learned
yeah
other things about you, and I really appreciate you being transparent about the
yeah
your situation.
yeah
I don't know what word to use for that. But thank you for being that, because that I have testimony Tuesdays on Tuesday, so I may cut a little segment out and use that on my Tuesday night, because I think
okay.
that's an awesome testimony.
I want to say that I love you. I
Oh,
love I love my dance family. Oh, I
yes.
have no idea where I would have been had it not been for
For
my
dance.
dance family.
Hmm.
And I love you all and I miss you all. And I'm looking forward to us getting back together. I might not be able to move like I used to, but no, I'm gonna take that back. I'm not gonna do it because I'm moving
You're gonna
now. I'm
trust
moving.
God, like Teddy said. You're gonna trust God. We're gonna be all right.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And
I
as she,
enjoyed
and as
this.
she said, and as she always says, how about that?
How about yeah, how about that's
How
it.
about that?
That's
I
it.
find myself saying it all the time. But guys, thank y'all for watching Chat with Trina today, and my lovely guest, Miss Jeanette. www.youtube.com/chat with Trina. Hit subscribe and hit the little bell so you can be reminded when I upload a new video. Miss Jeanette, we ready for Saturday, girl.
Ooh, ooh,
We gotta have fun.
have
Look, we might
fun.
break into us. We have to do us a chair line dance.
I'm gonna have to show you how to do the Johnny B, right? Yeah.
I know, yes. Well, all
Okay.
right. I'll see you later. You
All
have
right.
a good
Love
evening.
you.
See you
Thank you.
Saturday. All
Okay.
righty. Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh my God, Miss Jeanette, I had so much fun, and I hope you had as much fun as I did. Learned so much about you. Can't wait to see you on the dance floor. Guys, don't forget to go to youtube.com/chat with Trina, hit subscribe, and then click the little bell so that you can be notified when I upload a new video.